What the fuck, man? Can I say up to you?
Jimmy's laughing. Yeah, look at Joe. You're like, yeah, I'm an asshole.
I knew they so were getting me.
See, because we couldn't act it out anymore. We were trying to stay in character, but we blew it ourselves. All right, Mick Foley, the story. Yes,
story is we're at this great fundraiser, and they've had like Frank Gifford and Jim Brown, Jack Nicklaus there in the past. Like big, it's their sports night. They raise a lot of money. It's a good night, and this guy Nunzio. You remember Nunzio from the Full-Blooded Italian tag team? Little guy, little Italian guy. And he says to Tommy Dreamer, he goes, "Hey, Dreamer," he goes, "I'd like to meet Darryl Strawberry. Where is he?" And everybody literally has a volunteer standing next to them with a sign that says their name. So Dreamer says, Darryl Strawberry would be the guy standing next to the sign that says Darryl Strawberry. He goes, "Well, how about Marty Lyons? Where would he be?" He goes, "Marty Lyons is the guy over there next to the sign that says Marty Lyons." So meanwhile, Dreamer comes over to me, he goes, "We've got to get a picture with Scott Hamilton." You know, Scott Hamilton's a little diminutive gold medalist. He goes, "And we got to look like as cool and as crazy and, you know, mean, sick as we possibly can. We'll put it on the website." So we go up and we take a little picture with Scott, you know, and Scott's in the middle of it. He's about 1.5 feet short. He goes, hands out like this, like, oh, gee, you know, Dreamer and I are like we're ready to kill somebody. And Nunzio goes, yeah, I'd like to meet Rod Gilbert. Where is he? Dreamer goes, that's him right there. So Nunzio walks up to this little guy. Rod Gilbert's a hockey Hall of Famer, grizzled veteran, scars everywhere. And he walks up to Scott Howley. He says, "Hey, Rod, how are you? Big Rangers fan." I just thought it'd be timely, given that the men's figure skating made such an impact a few days ago.
You watching the Olympics?
I'm dabbling a little bit. You know,
What's your sport? Like Andy loves the curling.
You like the curling?
Love the curling.
Loves the curling.
Do you like the curlers or the people who shave the ice?
Yeah, I like them all. The sweepers, the throwers, it doesn't matter.
I sit there and I look at that and I go, and pro wrestling's not a sport, huh? Like, you got someone actually smoothing the ice out in front of you, like a boat driving in front of the swimmers, you know, to decrease their wake. I like the women's figure skating. Going back to my Dorothy Hamill thing in '76, I like
just
the women's
solo woman out there.
Just not skating. A big ice dancing person.
Ice
dancing sucks.
No, not a real big fan of the men's. Yeah,
and the men. No.
What about the 2-man luge?
That's
what about the 2-man luge?
Hey, there have been some things I've seen in the squared circle that almost match the 2-man luge. Let's get ass match where
let's get into this.
Vince's ass buffing was pretty good.
But let's get into the 2-man luge for a second. How do you make that move? You decide you need to do some luging with a guy.
Yeah, why do you want to go? Why not just be the one man?
And the first run down the hill, like how do you break the ice and go? Okay, I'll lay down first, and you lay across my cock.
That's how it happens. You're like, I want to luge. I'd like a dick in my ass. I don't have enough time to do both.
It's the same decision that every center who plays football has to eventually come to.
I'm going to have my knuckles on your nuts.
You just got to jump in.
And that's pretty much it.
You just got to jump in and do it.
Well, I think it's just like I'm a bottom. I need a top. I think that's how you break it down.
I need a top for my luge.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's wow.
Yeah. Why not just go single though?
It's not worth it. That gold medal's not worth it.
And I'll tell you what,
embarrassing.
It's not worth
like,
it.
I got the gold. Fuck.
I'll tell you.
Oh, really? In what sport?
Double luge.
At that sports night that I mentioned, there's a guy named Jim Wasco who just missed out on a bobsledding bronze. And I got to tell you, it doesn't carry much weight there. You got Jack Nicklaus and Jim Brown and Gail Sayers. You're like, and this guy almost medaled.
Almost.
In a bobsled.
Nah, it's not quite cutting it.
No. Hey, the wrestling's going well, Mick.
Yes.
TNA's going up against what, Raw?
TNA, starting on March 8th, goes head-to-head with the mighty Raw. And this is bold decision by Dixie Carter and Hulk Hogan. And hopefully it'll be one of those things that gets people really talking about wrestling again. Because, when I used to come on here, when I started coming on with you guys about 10 years ago, that's all people wanted to talk about. And it's kind of, we still have a good audience. Raw has got a stronger one than we do. But we've still, by cable audience standards, couple million people a week is really good. So we're trying to get that couple million combined with Raw to get back up to the 9-10 million figure that we had 10 years ago. It's an uphill struggle. I won't lie with you.
Yeah.
You guys got a lot of talent at TNA, though.
I think we got
people have been moving
more
over
talent, and I think people used to really enjoy the guys on the microphone, and a lot of it was ad-libbed. And in the past 8-9 years, that's changed. But I'd say TNA has a lot of those guys who were really good at it in its heyday. So when it comes, with the exception, they've got some great guys in WWE who can do some talking. But guys like Hulk and and like me, hopefully I'm included in that. And Bischoff and Kevin Nash, guys who could really talk a good game. We've got those guys, good facial recognition with the fans, and a lot of young guys that people are not familiar with and need to be. Right, Norton?
Yeah.
They need to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Jesus. So that's not Patrice there, huh?
No, that is the best because we've read Patrice.
That's
to no end about that guy.
It could be Patrice.
Because Patrice should be having all the Craig Robinson roles.
You don't know that's
and
not
Craig Robinson's a funny guy.
That's
He's a good
Craig
guy.
Robinson's he's a gentlemanly guy.
Very nice guy.
I saw him on a plane. He could have been more pleasant.
Yeah.
And Patrice says that's why he gets the work.
Yeah.
Because he's a nice guy. And
plays the
Patrice is
game.
an insufferable prick.
And it's not that Patrice, it's that Patrice will, even when you're not being a prick to him, if someone's like, hey man, how you doing? Shut up!
Yeah. Why do you even care?
It's like he's a producer.
I gotta answer that.
And the producer's with a young girl.
I said, how are you doing?
Producer's with a younger woman, it's obvious.
Yeah.
Come here, what are you with him?
Yeah. What you doing with that motherfucker over
Chris
there?
Rock told him,
the
right, to his-
producer that you could have got work for.
Yeah, Chris Rock told him to his face why he doesn't get the roles, remember? That was a
He told
very
him
awkward day on the show.
He was gonna be the father on Everybody Hates Chris.
Right.
He was gonna be the father.
But he blew it.
Chris Rock said,
He
you
doesn't play
had
the
the
game.
job. You fucked it up.
Unbelievable. Hey, I'm just going to read this as a feedback. Foley, you could comment if you'd like. If not, that's fine too. Sonny Black, I don't even know. He says, can you get Foley to retell the story of Jimmy Snuka doing coke in the bathroom? Did you tell that story on our show? And I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I don't remember that one.
Let me use the word allegedly. Allegedly, right? And,
so you know the rules.
Allegedly.
Okay.
This is a story.
Okay.
This actually came via The Rock, who does a great Superfly. Superfly was my guy. If I hadn't seen him dive off the cage in '83 on Morocco, I probably wouldn't have gotten into wrestling. And this is F-bombs are allowable here?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you want me to go that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, I've told a couple times with the word messed, substituting for the F verb.
Nah.
And, all right, I'll go all out. Jimmy had left WWE in, I think, 1985 or 84, at arguably the peak of his popularity. I guess he was hard to deal with. He would show up at Madison Square Garden, be sold out, and he had a guy with him specifically to babysit him, a guy named Bob Bradley, and he'd look out, Superfly would look out at the crowd, and he'd say, "Not tonight, brother." Just boom, drive it on down the road, and then they'd
Why did he do that?
"Not tonight, brother." He wasn't feeling it, wasn't feeling it.
This is what people dream of.
Not tonight, brother.
So they would do a battle royal instead, and so WWE released him. He was one of the 2 or 3 most popular guys in the world. So he joined the AWA, and AWA had allegedly had their concerns about him. And Greg Gagne went to his dad, Vern. He goes, "Dad, I'm a little worried about Snuka." And Vern says, "Why is that, Greg?" He goes, "Guys, he's kind of fucked up." Superfly overheard it. And he comes in and he goes, "You think the Superfly is fucked up? You think the Superfly is fucked up?" He said he went into a bathroom stall and you heard the basic sounds of what appeared to be a hand separating cocaine very quickly, followed by just inhuman snorting sounds. And he came out of the bathroom stall. His eyes were wide open. He goes, "Now, the Superfly is fucked up." Allegedly.
Who knows what he was doing in there, but
We don't know, right?
He was at the Comedy Cellar one night,
hysterical.
and I didn't know who he was. I'm just and I love Snooker growing up, too.
yeah.
But it was a big guy sitting there in the front with his arms folded and sunglasses, and he wasn't being a dick. He was just, not there. And I'm like, who is this big, uncomfortable, frightening mother? And then someone's like, that was Snooker. I'm like, God damn it! I wish I would have known.
Okay. Do we have the
You want to play it again?
Yeah, I got to hear this.
Let me hear this.
We love our IDs. One of the best IDs ever was from
Superfly did some of the best IDs for us.
We don't have Travis.
Do we have the
Opie and
outtakes and
Anthony?
stuff?
Oh, here it is.
Opie and Anthony. This is a Superfly Jimmy Snuka, and you, okay, let me start. You're listening to Opie and Anthony. This is Superfly Jimmy Snuka, and you're listening to Opie and Anthony. It's the Superfly Jimmy Snuka, and you're listening to Opie and Anthony. Superfly Jimmy Snuka on your radio dial.
On the radio dial.
Where's he from?
He's, I guess he's from Fiji. I mean, people always wonder about
He gives that impression.
wrestlers. He's definitely from one of those sides. It's possible he's from one of the other islands.
Columbus,
in the-
Ohio, right?
No, he's definitely of that. Yeah, you know,
How old is he, Mick?
Island of Santa. Man, he's got to be 60 or so now.
Yeah, he's
And
definitely.
is he still in